To the field for the weekend's final match, Olympic, Kingsway and Mandurah City.
Welcome in to Dorrien Gardens for the final game of our 11-game Top 4 Cup final weekend here in the West. A big clash between the league's top 2 in State League Division 1 as Mandurah City host Olympic Kingsway. So welcome to Dorrien Gardens, the final game of our 11-match slate here on Top 4 Cup final weekend. This is State League Division 1's men's final between Olympic Kingsway and Mandurah City, a battle between the league's top two sides well followed. They always take good support with them, and it was Craig Barker that was lashing an early effort towards goal, flashing wide of the mark. In terms of David Keenan watching wide of the post, a bumper weekend of Top 4 Cup football, then it concludes today. Been looking forward to this one all day. My co-commentator, an all-round good guy. You might have heard him on the mic around the grounds throughout the season, in Sean Fry. He joins me once more. Sean, this should be an absolute beauty.
And it's only taken you 11 games to say some nice words about me, Tommy, but I appreciate it. You're right, this is going to be a big one. This is a fitting way to finish off our Top 4 weekend, no more so for the reason than the support that you can probably hear behind us. Both of these teams bringing numbers down, and this means a lot to both sides, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Kingsway looking to make it a season to remember, adding to their league with Top 4 Cup glory today. Mandurah City have also had an excellent season and would believe that some silverware would just frank what they've done this year. They are the league's leading scorers in the competition, and if they continue their ways, they'll fancy themselves with a chance of returning to the NPL in season 20 24 perhaps, provided next season goes well for them, as Keenan hangs under the high ball. Barker was arriving, and the goalkeeper takes it two-handed.
Yeah, that's a good claim, nice and early on, really confident. It's one he'd be expecting to make, but when you can just set your mark on your 18-yard box and say any ball that comes in here in the air is mine, you just give your defenders a little bit of confidence, and he is a very accomplished goalkeeper. Has played in the NPL, of course, with Balcatta.
Mandurah starting well here. Hamish Van Deeken turns away. He goes all the way back to Paler, who looks up the line. Barker brings it down with a nice first touch. Possession turned over, though, and Kingsway will try to play out of a tight corner. Here's Finelli over on the far side. The option ahead of him was Byrne. The touch onwards was trying to release the midfield runner. Eventually, Mandurah are able to mop up, and Baird is able to get it back to Harry Collins.
That was an important lunge in there from a man who's a bit taller than your usual fullbacks, isn't he? The left back for Mandurah City. He's got about 1.5 foot on both his centre halves.
Rangy player is Paler, formerly of Rockingham City. Good header there from the skipper in Harry Collins. Long-term Mandurah player. O'Brien receives the pass from Van Dijk and then went searching for Barker. Keep an eye on him. Today he loves just sitting in behind that attacking line of Van Dijk and O'Brien, bursting forward with those midfield runs, and he's also capable of a quality strike or two from range. As Kingsway try to play out from the back, Shane Cassidy is on it. Slipped as he went to clear upfield. The former ECU Joondalup defender actually won the title there in season 2020 with the Northern Suburbs club. Knows David Tuff, the Kingsway coach from his time.
Yeah, ordinarily a very good distributor of the ball as well. Shane Cassidy saw their final game of the season where they won 1-0 with a Michael Zimmerino goal, and he didn't quite have his passing boots on that day, and the first ones let him down today. Speaking of Michael Zimmerino, I've seen a number of the Zimmerino family here today supporting that family name. Big name in NPL football, top flight football in WA, isn't it?
Van Deeken looked as though he was being held on to. Joe O'Brien goes chasing after it. Referee Niall Gilmore tried to play the advantage, but none was forthcoming and play will be pulled back. Niall Gilmore will be assisted by his men on the line in Adrian Lichty and Jaitin Ladia. David Avison is your fourth official for today's clash.
What a fourth official. Best fourth official in the league, mate.
Hirrell, dangerous play at the back, was able to get it over to Cassidy, who lifts it up the line for Dave Perrich, player with plenty of NPL experience in the past. He'll know what the league's all about next season. Once of Subiaco was nibbled at on a couple of occasions. And then a little bit of a coming together in the centre of Dorrien Gardens, and that'll just warm things up nicely.
Calm down, boys. Then they give each other a slap on the chest, all a bit of theatre.
And often we see with these Division 1 games, Sean, there's a slightly different feel to the NPL matches. Some of these teams do have good numbers, as we can hear in the background today. The likes of Dinella, Sterling obviously were in there last year as well. Western Knights too. These are often good games, and the energy from the crowd really does feed on these players, as free kick is drawn by Kingsway, much to the frustrations of Mandurah again.
Very, very amusing listening to the fans here this afternoon. I didn't comment on a couple of the earlier, probably not quite PG rated chants we heard behind us, but it's funny when the travelling fans come in with the, is this a library, when it's no one's home ground and they're the ones making all the noise.
So Tyler Garner's over the free kick. Former Bayswater youngster, second spell with the club. Garner's ball in, aimed in towards Nick Koffler. And Mandurah are able to watch that one behind safely, and it'll be a goal kick, which Brinkat will look to try and take quickly, but then he'll preside over it a little longer.
One of the reasons I'm so excited about the Olympic Kingsway coming up into the NPL is that support, and I'm sure they'll get that travelling support, and it'll be their time in the big league. And it's great to see those teams with big numbers that turn out to watch them, and coming up in back-to-back years, of course, Stirling Macedonia has joined us this year, and they have one of the best home grounds, the best atmospheres around Perth. It's been great having them, and now the Green Machine will be joining the schedule.
Yeah, we're looking forward to getting up to Kingsway next year for sure. Very ambitious club. Very big off-season last year. David Tuff wanting the players he thought were necessary to get the team promoted, and he's achieved just that. In spectacular fashion as well, Kingsway actually surpassing Stirling's points tally that they earned last year, which says a lot about how they performed this year. As John Baird sends that one forward, the skipper, and actually the player coach at Mandurah City. Play with plenty of experience in the Scottish lower leagues.
You don't see too many of them around, do you?
And friend of Lee Griffiths as well, who was able to bring out for that 2-game guest stint, with Griffiths scoring a couple of goals, and he's also down on the Mandurah dugout this afternoon.
Fantastic. Just raising the profile of the game in Perth. It's good to see, and I am sure that Mandurah City would love more than anything to just send Olympic Kingsway out this season with a defeat.
Michael Zimmerino turning away. Did the ball cross the line? It didn't. Cross comes into the middle. Byrne was arriving, but the ball did in fact cross the line, according to Adrian Lichty.
Yeah, no complaints from Bomber Zimmerino. I said David Averson's the best fourth official in the state. Adrian Lichty's got to be one of the best linesmen as well.
Throw in to be taken here by Murray McIntosh, who's got a habit of breaking forward from midfield and scoring goals. He's got half a dozen for the campaign. Here he is again on the ball. Little floated pass over the top for Hamish Van Deeken, who just lost his footing in the penalty area. Craig Barker was arriving on the scene. And both of these teams do actually possess the 2 leading marksmen of the division. Kieran Byrne for Kingsway, and the Golden Boot winner, Joe O'Brien, wearing the number 9 for Mandurah City. He's had a magnificent season. These two sides actually met in a night series final back in 2020. O'Brien got the winner there in a 1-0 victory over Kingsway. A little bit has changed since then, but Kingsway did actually go on to win the league and top 4 double that year. Turned around the corner by Sampson, once of Perth Glory's Academy, and of Bob as well. Collins' pass works out okay for McIntosh. Now Lydon Hodgkiss, formerly skipper at Rockingham City. McIntosh, little pass in board. Joe O'Brien, little poke for Baird, who left it. Went back to collect it though. Sticking a leg out there. Over on the far side was Fawcett. O'Brien, little nod into the centre. Lovely pass from Baird. All the way over to the far side. For Byrne, cross into the area. Meeting it was Cassidy. Bursting forward here was Fawcett, formerly of Joondalup City. Comes in board. He's met by Alex Grayson. And now Barker with the early cross. O'Brien is racing into the penalty area. Ball just rolling away from him. He'll square it back, and Keenan will dive on the ball inside the 6-yard box.
Yeah, just wouldn't sit for O'Brien. He was running away from goal. Could have possibly thrown a foot at it, but very, very difficult to get any kind of power and accuracy when the ball's heading away from goal at that sort of speed, and so are you.
Paler, passing board, missed the target. Perich will lay off. Sampson was running ahead of him. O'Brien. Van Deeken.
Very impressive start from City, isn't it?
Yeah, they've looked good in this early stage. Byrne got the ball across. For Barker to cross, and then the lay-in. Board from McIntosh was straight to Cassidy. McIntosh back over the top again. Leading the race back is Garner. He's actually one of the best futsal players in the state. He went over to represent WA earlier in the season, just after that night series defeat to Murdoch University Melville all the way back in March. One of few defeats they have had this year, Olympic Kingsway. Paler. Byrne is to his left. Byrne with the bright red boots is now picked out. The cross up in the air off Fawcett. Finelli, awkward bounce for him. Byrne continued his run. Finelli then tries to get past a couple of challengers. Barker picked it off. Byrne's cross, the header towards goal was from Grayson, and it was going in, and Keenan had to get across to make the catch.
Yeah, I think Grayson might have had a little bit more time than he thought there. Could have perhaps chested that one down and tried to hit it on the volley. Difficult with the momentum that he had going away from goal to get that header on target with any power. Easy save for Keenan.
Referee playing advantage there as Perich was adjudged to have fouled Baird. McIntosh then with the clip over the top. The cushion pass down from Sampson.
I thought the foul could arguably have gone the other way, but as I always say, football, a game of opinions.
Perich with the long diagonal for Finelli, who is a player who does hold a very wide position. 5 goals for him this season. Keep an eye on him arriving at the back post should any crosses come from this left-hand side. Kian Hirrell, another former ECU Joondalup player, also of Quinns as well. Last touch there off Cimarino, and Mandurah win the throw. So after a pretty fast and frantic start, game seemingly settling down a little bit in recent moments. Barker lost his footing. Fawcett. Finelli making the long busting run ahead of him. Barker stuck with him the whole way though, and did really well sliding in to stop the cross from coming in.
Yeah, first time in the game really where Kingsway have had a few forays forward. Michael Zimmerino heading over to take this set piece from the right hand side. Mandurah City leaving a couple of players up for the counter attack, which means Kingsway need to leave a few back. So it's a 2-on-3 on the break. And an interesting setup in that penalty area. They are almost all of them inside the 6-yard box.
5 green shirts to aim for. Didn't beat the first defender in Collins, who can head clear into touch.
Yeah, and if that's your game plan, is to crowd the goalkeeper and put all your bodies in the 6-yard box, you have to beat the first defender with that corner.
Finelli all the way back for Sampson, who was mentioned before, played NPL football a couple of seasons ago with Golup, Croatia. Really tidy player on the ball. Will just look to drop in and play the simple passes. Paler with a no-nonsense clearance. Perich, little turn around the corner. Slammed away by Grayson. Chance now for Barker to make some ground down this left-hand side. He got there first as well, did Barker. Barker comes in board. Hamish Van Deeken was arriving, and stepping out was Nick Koffler.
Oof, they missed a trick there. Needed to get that ball in deep. Murray McIntosh was in a lot of space.
Collins will leave the throw for Sam Byrne. Grayson, Byrne once more. Floated ball over the top, will run all the way through to Dave Keenan, who has been big in a number of games this year. Kingsway have won a lot of games quite late on in the piece, turning draws into victories, but there's also been the odd moment where Keenan has been called upon to keep his side in the game, and he's had a very good year in between the sticks. Another player with plenty of NPL experience previously with both ECU Joondalup and with Balcatta as well.
That's a great ball.
Koffler leading the race back.
Great idea, I should say.
McIntosh just lost the handle on that one, and Koffler is keen to get things moving to Garner. Now Sampson. Almost turned into trouble. He was able to get it back to Garner.
Certainly have to say the Mandurah City fans have been the more vocal here, although part of that is because City started so quickly. Now Kingsway going the other way.
Borsert, Kieran Byrne! Curls it wide of the post.
Good strike. Good build-up. So often as you attack down one of those flanks and the defenders drop deep, you can pull that ball back and find a target on the edge of the area. They did there, and just a strike was just a couple of feet over the bar.
O'Brien helps it on for Hamish Van Deeken. With a pull of the jersey there. Not spotted by the referee. Sampson carries it away. Van Deeken goes back in. Wins the ball for his team. Barker was offside there as he was trying to compete in the air with Koffler.
It just came back from an offside position rather. I think that earlier shirt pull on Van Deeken that wasn't spotted. The referee thought they were appealing for a handball because his signal was that it came off his stomach, but yeah, from our angle, of course. We always have the perfect angle to see those here in the stands when they're in between referee and linesman.
Finelli driving forward, forced it to his outside, tried to return the pass a little bit too far ahead of Finelli.
And if the tug of the shirt is along that line between referee and his assistant, it's often very obvious for us, but impossible for them to see down there.
Kingsway winning the league by 11 points in the end. Just the 2 defeats all year round. One of them was actually to Mandurah down in the southern suburbs by 3 goals to 2. The other fixture between the pair was all the way back in round 1. Kingsway winning that day thanks to a late Tommy Amphlett goal. Amphlett on the bench for this afternoon's game. Mandurah also having a good season, as mentioned before, finishing second, 47 points. Western Knights are in second place for the majority of the season, and then with a win in the penultimate game of the regular season over Knights, which was inspired by Lee Griffiths, they were able to overtake Knights and finish second. Plenty of goals scored by them in season 2022. Kingsway looking to make a burst forward themselves, though. Fawcett was trying to wait for the ball to come down and volley it towards goal, but Mandurah got the challenge and it'll be another corner.
Yeah, see what Zimmerino can conjure up with this one. Last one, too low, too flat. And again, same setup for City. 2 up on halfway for the counter. That's a better ball.
Deep ball in from Zimmerino over everybody in the end. And in fact, the free kick goes the way of Mandurah. Grayson it was that hit the deck.
Yeah, well, Grayson hit the deck very early, and he's going to need some treatment, I think. It may be a dislocated shoulder.
Just an awkward landing there as he leaped.
Yeah, it doesn't look comfortable at all. It's not one that I like to see. Always makes me feel a bit squeamish. It looks like if it was a dislocated shoulder, it may have popped back in. Seems to be moving a little bit more freely now. But he took a tumble, and as he was laying on the ground, the Kingsway player trying to get to the back post and head it back across tripped over him. An interesting decision for the referee to make there. I guess you're allowed to lie down if you want to, and then if someone runs over you, it's not your fault. But certainly not intentional. But no chance that the attacker could see. So he took a tumble as well. A few half-hearted appeals for a penalty until the players and spectators realised the nature of the incident.
Looks as though it's just a little stinger for Grayson. He's just taking on board some fluids, and I'm sure we'll see him back on very shortly. Play restarted in the meantime. Perich heads back. Byrne with a cushioned header down. Hodgkiss was fighting hard. Paler is leading the race back. Didn't opt to use his goalkeeper, and Fawcett picked his pocket. He's got Zimmerino in the middle, who takes a touch and strikes. Brilliant save, Brincat.
Well, that's a big, big mistake. Giving the ball away.
Kingsway continue to come forward. Coughless cross. Brincat comes and catches with 2 hands.
Grayson has rejoined us. Doesn't look like the injury was as bad as I first suspected. Looked to be in a fair bit of discomfort when he was first on the deck. Of course, sometimes footballers can be a bit like that.
Wonderful save from the Mandurah goalkeeper. Might have a little bit more work to do shortly as Garner tries to reverse a little pass inside for Finelli, who, as highlighted before, loves those runs forward from deep. McIntosh then got his feet stuck over the ball. Baird then felt the contact from Sampson. Referee tries to play advantage, and Paler will now head down the far side. O'Brien, little layoff. Grayson, who's now back on the pitch, gets it back to Hodgkiss. Paler once more. Little clip into the channel, gives O'Brien something to chase. Not the most energetic of the chases from O'Brien, who does have an incredible level of work rate, it has to be said. The amount of kilometres he gets through a game. Both of these teams reaching today's final after high-scoring matches in the semi-finals on Wednesday night. Olympic Kingsway beating Fremantle City by 3-2. Mandurah, meanwhile, winning by 4-2 over the Western Knights. Hamish Van Deeken. Little dink forward for McIntosh. Koffler was goal side. Spinning that one up the line. Ball crosses the line now. It'll be a Mandurah ball, will it? Yes, it will. Koffler sends it forward to Byrne. Tries to prod the pass through for Brinkat. Clearance at his own player. It then broke for Peric, who will lob over the top for Zimmerino. I think he's managed to stay onside. He has. He'll pull back. Waiting in the middle was Fawcett. Shouts for handball. Play continues. And then Van Deeken felt the contact of his opposite number 18 in Koffler. And Mandurah get the free kick, which Collins will take quickly. Switch the play from Collins. Sets Paler on his way. O'Brien with that run into the channel. He then conceded the foul. So after a frantic start, which saw Mandurah really have the better of the chances and of the moments in terms of the action towards the right-hand side of your screen, the game has just calmed down a little bit more in recent times. Alfie Brinkat making a brilliant stop to deny Michael Zimmerino in the penalty area with the game's best moment thus far. Still goalless between 1 and 2 in State League Division 1 this season. Olympic Kingsway and Mandurah City. Action live here today on the Football West Facebook page and on the YouTube channel as well. Tommy Dolman and Sean Fry with you on the call for our 4th game of 4 in the Division 1 Top 4 Cup Finals today, the 11th of 11 games across the course of the weekend. And we still await our first goal of the afternoon. Wins earlier today for Forestfield in the Division 1 Under-18s by 2-0 over Subiaco. Fremantle City then beat Subiaco in the reserves as well on penalty kicks after a 0-0 draw, and then Southwest Phoenix defeated UWA Netherlands in the game which preceded this one with goals from Sally, Howard and Woodland, and then a late penalty from Caffrey as well followed. Byrne. Fizzing pass to Van Deeken, who just tried to squirt the effort towards the target. Keenan was pretty confident for a while that it was going wide.
Mandurah City, I almost said Manchester City. Probably not the last time I'm going to get those ones mixed up. Mandurah City, just because they play that kind of football, Tommy, at that sort of level. But yeah, their fans making the point behind us that they're the ones that should probably be going to the NPL with the level of support they have. Of course, we have seen incredible support for Olympic Kingsway as well. But Mandurah boys making the noise.
Well, if you listen in or watch any of the live streams for the State League Division 1 competition, this is not an unfamiliar sound whenever there's a game involving Mandurah, and it's a testament to their support that they do travel in the numbers that they do, and it certainly makes for a good atmosphere and creates a good energy.
Dorrien Gardens on a Sunday afternoon from Mandurah for a 3:30 kickoff. Very impressive.
Finelli. Cross comes in. Byrne was waiting. Collins cleared. It was an important interception in the end.
Might be interested to know how many of them don't make it into work tomorrow if City do get up and win this one today. I'd wager a fair few.
Tyler Garner. Last touch there was off Michael Zimmerino.
I can always say they just want to take a long weekend in honour of the monarchy, of course.
Good crowd building under the roof here at Dorrien Gardens. Absolutely perfect day for football. Couldn't have asked for better conditions throughout the weekend. We've been very fortunate here. Barker's layoff. O'Brien continued his run. Couldn't quite keep it in play, unfortunately, for the Golden Boot winner. Baird then put it into the back of the net. Keenan's clearance. Byrne tries to flick on. Hodgkiss beat him to the ball. Swing and a miss from Paler. Forced it when chasing after it. And then Hodgkiss was just happy to slam that into the advertising hoardings over the fence. Finelli. Fawcett's cross.
Yeah, speaking of those advertising hoardings, they have Corona Corner down at Dalmatinats Park. Instant Waste Management Corner doesn't quite have the same ring to it, does it?
Byrne on the turn.
All publicity is good publicity, though.
Perich across for Koffler. Zimmerino was the pass ahead of him. Zimmerino turning back, the layoff from Byrne. Zimmerino keeps it. Perich. Tyler Garner, a little clip through. He thought about the shot. Brinkat comes flying off his line and claims.
Yeah, the calls from the crowd came to shoot, and I think a few of his teammates thought that was the option he was going to take. If anyone had made that little run in behind, the chip was into a dangerous area. But of course, you need to be on the same hymn sheet as your teammates with that sort of ball.
Here's Koffler, who's played for the Joondalup trifecta, ECU, Joondalup City and Joondalup United. Ball forward reaches Byrne, skips inside, gets the strike away, and it slices off the outside of the foot and behind for a goal kick. Maybe just lost his balance as he took the shot on.
Yeah, I think so. That one delighted the travelling Mandurians. Thank you for joining us wherever you're watching on the live stream. Where was this one being streamed? YouTube? Tommy, is it on the YouTube?
The Football West Facebook page and on the YouTube channel as well, Sean.
Yeah, drop us a comment. We'd love to hear where you're listening from. We've had viewers from the States and Malaysia over the weekend, along with other countries, I'm sure. Great to see our game in WA being spread around the world.
Fawcett digs out the cross. Kieran Byrne tried the layoff. Clearing that away was Hodgkiss. Last touch was then off Koffler. McIntosh over the throw. Baird gets that one back to Grayson, who played in that night series final between Mandurah and Kingsway I mentioned a little earlier on. Barker's layoff. Byrne with the ball forward. That'll run all the way through to Dave Keenan. So we're still goalless. Somewhat surprisingly, given the prolific form these two teams have shown this season.
often happens in these big cup finals, doesn't it? The things are a little bit cagey and tend to open up towards the end of the first half, as we might see here.
Good pass from Perich. Fawcett. In fact, it was Finelli. Couldn't quite keep it in play. Yeah, perhaps surprisingly low scoring, but unsurprisingly tight.
I doubt we will see another scoreless draw as we did in the reserves.
A little bit too much quality on the park
I
in this
think
game.
so. And you just, as I say, you do see it in these finals time and time again. No one wants to make a mistake. Perhaps they hold it in a little for the first half an hour, and then as the legs get tired from the up and down nature of this sort of game, there's usually a bit of a mistake or a player that just decides to throw caution to the wind. You usually get a couple of chances at the end of the first half, and if you don't, then things do tend to open up after the hour mark. But we know in football a goal can come at any time as the officials flags up.
Mandurah get things moving quickly. Grayson carries.
We got Robert Keenan, apparently, Tommy, watching all the way in Toronto at 4 a.m. I'm assuming a relation to David, so that's great to have you, Robert. Thank you so much for your support. It is amazing to think that there are people waking up at the early hours like I do, or I used to do, for Liverpool Champions League games. I might have to reassess that the way we're going at the moment, but football is the universal language. We love this game.
No questioning the commitment there with that early wake up, that's for sure.
Good on you.
6 more minutes to play before the break. Hamish Van Deeken lays it off for Baird. Little reverse pass, the touch, almost found Van Deeken, still has it to feet. McIntosh, little clip, took a touch on its way through. Fawcett then had to clear, but he couldn't keep it in play. And Mandurah get the corner.
Got to chuckle at the Mandurah is wonderful chant, and then when they got to the part where they have to list off the things that are wonderful about Mandurah, some of them I think forgot the words. It's not a slight on Mandurah, of course. Beautiful place of the world.
Baird's corner, aimed in, getting his header on it was Hodgkiss at the back post, and Keenan stood tall to make the catch.
Well, there's a little bit of argy-bargy on the edge of the area as a few players try and trip each other up.
Boys will be boys, Sean. Coughless throw, Garner. Herrell's ball across for Cassidy. Spearing pass, was looking for Koffler, who continued his run forward. McIntosh then lifts forward. The touch from Barker was beautiful. Van Deeken then went back in. He scrapped for it with Perich. Referee trying to let this game go as much as possible. Garner with a big switch of the play. Gorgeous pass as well to pick out Fawcett, but he couldn't bring it under control, and a bit of a missed opportunity there.
A really good read just moments ago from Harry Collins to step in and intercept the pass forward from Cassidy when you can neutralise weapons of the opposition just by intensity and reading the play.
Burns cross into the area. Clearance was away. Fawcett then nodded down for Finelli. Garner, plenty of space in the middle of Dorrien Gardens. Perich lays it back to Kingsway's number 10. Koffler, Perich, Zimmerino. Lovely move, Kingsway. The cross a little too deep for any target in the middle. Hodgkiss spins the pass wide to Baird. Little ball into the channel gives Barker something to chase. Keenan springs off his line and gets there first. The big ball downfield. Brinkat will claim that one with
kick between the goalkeepers.
Ease. Who's had the better of the first half for you so far, Sean, as we approach half-time?
Well, I think you have to say Mandurah City. There was a spell there, and probably the best chance of the game, well, certainly the best chance of the game, fell to Michael Zimmerino after a little mistake playing it out from the back from that City back line. But on balance of play, that would have been harsh for them to go behind. But as we've said, it's been cagey, it's been a little bit nervy. Neither side really has asserted their dominance. So, I mean, if you're asking me to pick a winner, I can't do it. Both sides, I'm sure, will be happy to go in level.
Garner turned around the corner by Zimmerino. Koffler forward from full back. Watching that one sail over was Brinkat.
Well, I've got some half-time duties to do, Tommy. We're lucky to have the Blind Sports WA exhibition here to show a bit of blind sports and visually impaired football to the masses. So I'm going to go and prepare for that. We'll be back for the second half. I hope I don't miss any action.
See you for the second half, Sean. We'll close off here then. Final couple of minutes or so, a little bit of time to be added on as well, perhaps, as Grayson studs that one forward. Koffler will go all the way back for Cassidy. Byrne. Perich got there ahead of him. Turn around the corner from Fawcett. Finelli, he and him have a good relationship going forward. Finelli driving forward. Kieran Byrne. Michael Zimmerino. Good block from Collins. Another fine piece of defending from Mandurah's rear guard. Corner comes in. Tyler Garner's over the dead ball.
1 minute.
Whipped in dangerously. And then flying at the header there was Koffler. And it ended up being a free header from a little over 6 yards out. Header away from Hodgkiss. Kingsway with one more chance perhaps to launch an attack in this first half. Zimmerino not quite expecting the throw from Koffler. Clearance upfield. Barker's layoff only found Samson. And that'll do us for half-time here at Dorrien Gardens, the final game of this bumper weekend. 11 top 4 cup finals. This, the last of them, and it's goalless between this pair. Both teams have had their efforts in front of goal to make their mark. The closest we've possibly come was when Michael Zimmerino was denied by a brilliant save by Alfie Brinkat. Too much quality on the pitch, though, for this to stay 0-0, you'd think. We'll be back in 10 or 15 minutes' time with the second half here at Dorrien Gardens. Half-time, Olympic Kingsway 0, Mandurah City 0.
I wanna know what time it should. Simmer down and poker up. I'm sorry to interrupt, it's just I'm constantly on the coast of trying to kiss you. I don't know if you feel the same as I do.
Welcome back to Dorrien Gardens for the second half of this 11th game of our 11th Top 4 Cup final of the weekend. Olympic Kingsway 0, Mandurah City 0 at the break. A tight first half, pretty evenly matched across the board. Alfie Brinkat in particular with a magnificent save to deny Michael Zimmerino in that first half. 45 minutes to go until the end of this bumper weekend, this festival of football that we've had here at Dorrien Gardens. Although in saying that, if the teams are level at full time, we will have extra time and potentially penalties for this one.
It's been a big 1,045 minutes or so from you so far, Tommy. We just need you to pull it together for one more 45. And as you say, potentially half an hour of stoppage time as well.
Tyler Garner went to ground. Looked at the referee wanting a foul, didn't get it. Mandurah recycle the ball quickly as Paler exchanges passes with Baird, and then again.
Yeah, Tyler surprisingly not getting a lot of sympathy from the City player coach.
Up the line from Paler, Sam Byrne. Neither team making any changes at the interval, by the way. In case you're wondering at home, wherever you're watching around the state, the country or the world, we really appreciate your company regardless. Garner looks wide for Zimmerino, held up by Collins for the moment. Garner again, skips past the challenge. Ball was looking for the feed of Burns, stepping away was Baird. And he pokes wide for McIntosh. The layoff, not his best from Barker. The turn around the corner from Fawcett. Links up with Kieran Byrne. And Ewan Fawcett took a touch, came inside, surely finishes. It was straight at Brinkat, who didn't have to do too much to make the save, but from such a close range, it was a good reaction stop. And Kingsway comes so close to opening the scoring, but that should have really been 1-0.
Well, he's done everything else, and the Mandurah supporters are asking the same question as I'm thinking. What was that finish? That was just unbelievably poor, considering what he had to do to get there. All the calmness and coolness in the world, and then that little dink finish. Just smashed it in the back of the net. Obviously, easier said than done, but yeah, he won't want to see that one back.
Kingsway tried to play in a tight corner. Van Deeken was trying to steal in, but the whistle was already blown for a foul earlier in the passage. And now there's coming together once again.
A few spot fires.
Van Deeken, still a little slow in getting up. The yellow card was brandished there. It might have been for Hirrell. Not 100% who that was definitely shown to. Regardless, Van Deeken will require a little bit of treatment. So, chance to just recap the weekend for you quickly while Van Deeken gets some attention. Joondalup, let's see how I go with this for memory. Joondalup City winning on penalties against Curtin on the Friday night in the Under-18s Division 2.
Good start.
18s final. Caramar Shamrock, 2-1 winners over Swan in the Reserves Division 2. Perth Glory then won the 18s and the 20s in the NPL men's competitions. Over Bayswater City and Perth Red Star, respectively, both by a goal to nil.
Yeah, well done.
Hyundai NTC, winners by 3-1 in the Under-21s women's fixture with 2 goals for Claudia Hullis in the second half. Perth Red Star then completed a clean sweep of silverware and an unbeaten season with a 3-1 win over Hyundai NTC. A bit of a revenge game for the senior team.
3-1 or 3-0?
3-0, sorry.
Oh, your first mistake of your life, Tommy.
You caught me out there, Sean.
Yep.
Anyway, Floriat then...
I wouldn't have got anywhere near where you got to and got it all right, but carry on.
Floriat then fell 3-2 against Perth Red Star, who steamed back from 2 goals down to win 3-2. And then today we've had wins for Forestfield United, for Fremantle City, both of them over Subiaco in the 18s and reserves Division 1s. And then the State League Division 1 women's competition, Southwest Phoenix beat UWA by 2-0. And Perich
Now
and Hodgkiss have a little bit of afters again.
Nice little bubbler. Just having a little cuddle. So I get the impression that David Perich likes to make a bit of a nuisance of himself. Just going around putting his arm around a couple of Mandurah City players who don't seem to appreciate the affection.
Going to be 6 months or so until these players enjoy having a little bit of needle on the pitch with each other, so they're getting it all out of the way now at the business end of the season. Final game for many of these players this year. They'll be relieved to take a well-earned break.
Well, there's very little football going on at the moment. Not quite the spectacle we were hoping for at the present time, but plenty of time left in this second half to explode to life. Who can step up and make themselves a hero?
Cassidy over the free kick on halfway for Olympic Kingsway. Long ball forward towards the edge of the area. Byrne flicks that one on. Fawcett will give chase. Hooking over his shoulder is Paler. Byrne. Little ball up the line for Sampson. And Kingsway able to keep possession here. Looking to end their season with a double. Mandurah City looking to win some silverware themselves. And send their travelling support home very happy. Kian Hirrell plays it into Craig Barker. Throw-in will be taken by Finelli.
Well, you can't be doing that in a cup final. Foul throw.
Garner lifts upfield. Collins, awkward looking clearance. Brought down beautifully by Hodgkiss, who spins one up the line. Hirrell wins the header, ahead of O'Brien. Barker's chest down, O'Brien sliding in was Cassidy, the poke forward, O'Brien's on the end of it, he's striking and scoring! Fitting that Mandurah's main man puts City in front in the final game of the season. They're up by a goal to nil at Dorrien Gardens, a Dolphins lead.
Mandurah City goal scored by number 9, Joe O'Brien!
Mandurah fans making plenty of noise, happy with that breakthrough early in this second period. And O'Brien, as he's done all season long, scoring goals. Player who relishes the big moments, and he delivers again.
Well, didn't that bring a roar from the fans? And as I mentioned earlier, I would start to be doubting that a few of these City fans are going to be turning up to work tomorrow morning. They are delighted with Joey O. The strike was unerring. And what better side is there in football than a big number 9 taking his chance in a cup final? 1-0 City.
Garner, little poke forward, cut out by Collins. Baird exchanges passes with Grayson. He looks back for Paler, who spins a pass wide to this left-hand side. The header was away from Finelli. And now Byrne will take the throw for Mandurah. The league's second place team in the lead on the final day of the season in this top 4 cup final. Garner, long, forward. And Garner took it a little too quickly for the referee's liking. And Kingsway's number 10 will send it forward again. Take 2 from Garner. Driven ball this time. Perich with the volley. Very tough chance to take on the edge of the area, and he couldn't make clean contact with it. Barker's flick on. O'Brien giving chase again. Hirrell stood tall and was able to get the clearance away.
Well, they're already singing his name, Joey O'Brien. If he scores another one, they might make a statue of him.
Very popular player down there at the Genesis Care Stadium. Zamarino committing the foul there on Grayson.
The boys from Mandurah in full voice now, but we know that this Kingsway side has goals in them. Do not write them off just yet.
Now, to your point, Sean, Kingsway have only been held scoreless once all season long, and that was in a 2-0 loss away against Western Knights, and then players come together again. And let's just watch to see what unfolds here.
And they just need a cool head here, because it's very easy to get yourself sent off in a situation like this. It wasn't a good tackle, but the yellow's already out. We may see more than one booking. And a little consultation with fourth official and on-field referee. Perhaps about players charging in and making that little spot fire worse than it needed to be.
And we will
Yellow
see.
cards shown to Shane Cassidy and to Joe O'Brien.
Yeah, another couple of bookings. And once again, as I think they've done all weekend, good job from our officials. We had a moment like that in one of the games yesterday where I mentioned the directives for referees. If they've seen a tackle that they don't deem to be a red card but they're confident it's a yellow, you get on the whistle very, very quickly. You get out the card very quickly.
Card will be shown to Ewan Fawcett as well. So 3 bookings in that little sequence. And to your point, Sean, the referees had his yellow card out early. The fracas then unfolded. And eventually it diffused, and hopefully we're back moving again soon.
Yeah, not a second half where we've seen a whole heap of football at all. I would be expecting a fair chunk of change in terms of stoppage time at the end of this one. But the dust has cleared and we can get on with what we're here for. David Avison just getting all the coaches to return to their coaching boxes.
Forward from Hirrell. Kingsway gains some territory. Finelli will take the throw. Return pass had already crossed the line from Perich before Finelli could keep it in play.
Oh, it wouldn't be a State League Division 1 Top 4 Cup final without a few toys thrown out of the pram, would it, Tommy?
O'Brien's layoff, picked off by Sampson. Tries to thread the ball through for Perich. Paler's got him for pace, though. Clearance, hit Perich, though. Kingsway might still stay on the front foot. Looked as though there was a foul on Paler, but Mandurah have possession anyway. Byrne, risky coming in board. Finds the feed of Barker, looking to turn away from Cassidy. The little prod forward. McIntosh giving chase. Cassidy then sends it all the way back to Keenan.
Yeah, experienced defending from the Kingsway centre-half, just reading the danger, dropping off, and that's a risky pass at the back.
Risky pass indeed. Van Deeken steps in, and Keenan dives low to his right to make the save. Didn't quite make the contact he'd like.
No, not at all, and Murray McIntosh was a little livid. I think he wanted the layoff, and now all of a sudden they're at the other end.
Zimmerino was scooting after that one. End-to-end football here in this second half. Brinkett just takes a little bit of time on the ball, and we can draw our breaths. The header down from Sampson. Garner battling. The ball over the top from Grayson. Joe O'Brien in the penalty area again. He got the strike off once more, but Finelli was across to block. Appeals for a corner. Referee and assistant said play on. Turned around the corner by Paler. O'Brien, Van Deeken, did really well to keep that alive. O'Brien once more. Craig Barker! Brilliant save from Keenan, who scrambled across his line and put a big mitt on it.
Yeah, stunning save. He caught it well, didn't he? Craig Barker, and as soon as he hit it, I'm sure he thought he'd be wheeling away in celebration, but the big outstretched paw of David Keenan's right arm got on the end of that. That is a terrific save. And if they do find an equaliser on the way back into this game, you'll look back on that moment for sure.
All Mandurah at the moment. Baird. Lifts the set piece in. Keenan was under it, and that's a good authoritative claim from Mandurah's goalkeeper, and he's quick on the release as well. Looking to get Garner upfield. Byrne will lift it up into the air.
Oh.
Perich will poke past Grayson.
Bit of quality there from David
Hodgkiss,
Perich, pulling that out of the sky.
Cassidy missed Garner with the pass. Hodgkiss has still got some defending to do. He's got 2 green shirts, applying a bit of pressure. Herrell, Sampson, Tyler Garner. Sliding in, Van Deeken, Barker, and Finelli battling. Now O'Brien on the turn. Barker continued his run. Got a lot of work to do here in a tight corner as Barker. He did brilliantly to get away, and then he was pulled down by Sampson. And it draws a well-deserved round of applause from the Mandurah fans.
He's having a little spell here, isn't he, the City number 10? Hit that rasping strike that was clawed away moments ago, and yeah, he bedazzled 3 or 4 men in green there. Who won the foul? The referee tried to allow the advantage to accrue, but went down under the 4th or 5th challenge.
Baird's ball in. Leaping at the back post there was Paler. Barker was then fouled pretty clearly there by the looks of it, or did Zimmerino get a head on the ball? Barker was definitely taken in the air. What do you think to that, Sean?
Yeah, I think he's probably got that one right. Was it certainly contact there?
Coming up to the midway point of this second half then. Olympic Kingsway 0, Mandurah City 1. Joe O'Brien has the Dolphins ahead at the moment.
Yeah, they're very, very close to the infringement being inside the 18-yard box, which of course increases the probability of scoring from here by a good 80% or so.
Hodgkiss, the left-footed option. Baird is the right. It's Hodgkiss into the wall. John Baird will try his luck from range. Just leant back on that one slightly. Cassidy. Has Koffler at left back. Goes all the way back to his goalkeeper instead. Sampson comes to receive the ball. That's what he usually does. Usually passes it a little better than that though. Barker. Lovely footwork once again. Quality player Craig Barker. Good challenge from Sampson. Kingsway with a chance to break. Garner leading the counter-attack.
Oh, and who's tracking back?
A little lazy perhaps. All the players went further afield. Nobody really offering the short.
Making that interception, Joe O'Brien, the number 9.
Byrne.
The goal scorer. How much of a boost is that when you have the man who's leading your line sprinting back to prevent a 3-on-3? It's worth your weight in gold when you put in efforts like that. Sorry, Tommy.
No, go for it. Perich will clear upfield, sorry. Perich. Zimmerino. Collins came across. Zimmerino hemmed away in the corner. Did exactly what he was looking to do in terms of winning his team a set piece. Garner's delivery aimed in. Koffler leaping, so too Hirrell. Little break to Byrne at the back post. Little clip straight over the bar of Brinkett.
Well, if Kingsway want to look to the bench for some firepower to get back into these games, they've got Andrew Scaldaferro, Rays, Pandor, Daniel Harrison, of course a man with MPL experience, Tommy Amphlett, and Sportiello, the options they have to choose from.
A few players from Bayswater's academy on that list, the likes of Pandor and Sportiello, and also Harrison as well. Mandurah with the likes of Charles Breen to call upon if need be. Here's Zimmerino, cross into the area, meeting it was Fawcett, took an awkward touch off Collins, and it was a kind one in the end because the goalkeeper was able to make an easy claim.
It's certainly a more difficult opportunity than the one he had earlier. He must be looking back at that and thinking, why didn't I just put my foot through it?
What if Kingsway got up their sleeve in response? Garner. Fawcett. Byrne was offside. He let it run for Finelli, who pulls back. Baird back defending. Look at the work rate.
Good spell, Kingsway. Here they come.
Finelli once more. Perich. A little touch back to Cassidy. Lifted one forward towards Byrne, who left it because he was offside. Perich then with the header. O'Brien. Little cushion touch was a peach. And the pass from Van Deeken was a little behind McIntosh. Last touch there was off Barker, and it'll be a Kingsway ball. So yet to see either team turn to the bench yet, surprisingly, with around about 20 minutes or so to play. Being a long, hard, arduous season for both of these teams. These two no different. Zimmerino. Garner with a big switch. Lovely pass to pick out Koffler. Cross is aimed in. Sampson was arriving. Important glove from Brinkett. And then slammed away. Any old how by Sam Byrne. Perich. Little turn inside. Fawcett. Pass ahead for Finelli, who's got time to look up and pick across. Oh, it hit Paler in the head.
I don't think that ever went out.
Somehow stayed in play. Not sure how that happened. Meanwhile, Mandurah looked to counter, and they've got plenty of numbers bursting forward here too. Barker, look at the space he's got to move into. Couple of options to aim for. One of them, Sam Byrne. The cross was over the head of O'Brien and behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, a few City shirts streaming forward, but Kingsway matching them going back. A 5-on-5 there. Unable to pick out that incisive pass. Cassidy's got Fawcett in a fair bit of space if he can spot him and reach him.
It's a lovely pass. Fawcett driving towards goal, invited to move. Zimmerino!
Well, claiming that it took a nick off the Mandurah City defender. Referee not interested.
Tommy Amphlett being prepared.
Yeah, good build-up on that occasion from Kingsway, and we'll see what Amphlett can bring to this game.
Former Perth Glory player Tommy Amphlett, around about a decade or so ago. Long-term ECU Joondalup as well. And he'll come on to replace Michael Zimmerino. The first change for either team this afternoon.
Leaving the field of play, number 3, Michael Zimmerino.
It looks as though Mandurah will make a double swap as well.
By number 13, Tommy Amphlett.
So the changes for Mandurah City will be Dylan Rogers coming on
Number 11, Alex Grayson.
in place of Alex Grayson, and the other change being prepared is Silas Besky.
Be replaced by number 7, Dylan Rogers.
Barker, Dylan Rogers, cross into the area, the header away from Hirrell. Rogers formerly of Rockingham City. Barker then had his pocket picked by Perich. Byrne hasn't had a lot of change today, just that one snapshot in the first half. He was fouled by Hodgkiss, and Kingsway get it moving quickly.
Yeah, a bit of Greco-Roman wrestling there from Lydon Hodgkiss.
Ball across here was looking for Fawcett, ushering that behind play was Brinkett. Silas Besky will be the next player onto the pitch. And he'll come on for Sam Byrne. So Van Deeken was fouled by Hirrell.
Another yellow card to add to the collection.
And Hirrell's already gone into the book, I think, so Hirrell is going to get a second yellow card.
I think
and
he
he's
might
going
be
to be
staying
sent
down
off.
to try and avoid this, but it's not going to help.
So Kingsway will finish this
He's
game
gonna
with
go.
10 men.
The City fans will tell you the story.
So Kingsway finish this game with a player less. Mandurah a goal ahead and with an extra player as well.
It's going to be hard now.
Going to be hard, a long way back for them from here.
Even if you do pull one back, you've then got to probably play 30 minutes with the disadvantage. And they could probably, you would suggest, put the final nail in the coffin from this dead ball.
Yeah, this would just about do it. Baird and Hodgkiss are over the dead ball. Hodgkiss will step up, it's over the wall, it's straight at Keenan, who fumbled but then gathered at the second time of asking. Ball across here for Samson. Cassidy. All the way back for Keenan, who clears long upfield for Finelli, who switched flanks now to take the place on the left that Zimmerino was on. Amphlett has come on and he's slotted into this right-hand side. Looks as though Koffler has just come more centrally as a result of that red card.
City fans breaking into a chorus of no work tomorrow, Tommy, I told you.
I'm certainly enjoying every moment of this. Garner's ball forward. The clearance was up and away from Hodgkiss. He'll land on the Kingsway bench. Barker wins the header, trying to turn away from Cassidy. Koffler comes across and puts into touch. Paler on the throw, back for Baird. Manager with the extra player should be able to exchange passes a little easier now. Kingsway may be having to go a little more direct in their bid to get back into this game. Final throws of this encounter. Final game of the season. The final game of this 11-game Top 4 Cup final weekend here in the West. It's Amphlett who looks to drive away from Collins. Spearing ball, looking for Barker. Winning the header was Koffler. Barker goes back to get it. Ball here was looking for Van Dijk, and Kingsway going to make another couple of changes. Cassidy into the feet of Byrne. Little reverse pass. Finelli has got a bit of pace. His first touch let him down though, and that allowed Brinkett to come out and gather.
Oh, what a chance. What a chance for James Finelli. If his first touch was a little better, he had a shot on goal here. Chance to redeem himself here. Would expect a fair bit of extra time. 5 or 6 minutes at a minimum, I would have thought. Given the stoppages and breaks we've had for a few scuffles and substitutes. Another booking.
This time for Koffler.
And Nick Koffler, the latest to go into Niall Gilmore's book, which is filling up.
A couple of former Bayswater Academy players coming on. Giorgio Sportiella and Daniel Harrison will enter the field. Ewan Fawcett and Dave Perrich will make way. And listen to that Mandurah noise.
Will be Kingsway substitution. Leaving the field, number 16, David Perrich. Be replaced by number 8, Daniel Harrison. Also leaving the field, number 7, Ewan Fawcett, to be replaced by number 6, Gio Sportiello.
Baird goes forward. Disappointing ball. It was cut out by Samson. Amphlett all the way back for Koffler. Kingsway have got to get moving if they are to force extra time. Barker tries to steal in. Amphlett won the ball. Plays continues. Cassidy streaming down the right is Sportiello, and he's going to get on the end of it as well. It's cushioned down for Daniel Harrison! And the ball just wouldn't quite come down for him. And as a result, he wasn't able to get the effort on target, and the big chance for Kingsway goes amiss.
Well, they've just got on the pitch, the two substitutes. Sporty Yellow cushions a beautiful pass to Harrison. They've almost combined to have an immediate impact. Well, the two substitutes there almost combining to have an immediate impact. Apologies, I forgot to turn my microphone back up after my emceeing responsibilities, announcing those two players coming onto the pitch. It was a great driving run from Sporty Yellow. And Daniel Harrison with what might have been his first touch. Just couldn't quite bring that one under the crossbar.
Would have been magic for Kingsway. Two substitutes combining almost immediately. Finelli was over on the far side. Ball's going to come back. Sideways balls for Cassidy, who's the last defender back. Sporty Yellow. Offside flag was up, right in front of the referee's nose. Parker's flick on will be gathered by Keenan. Charles Breen's getting ready to come on.
He's certainly got a willing runner on this right-hand side in Sporty Yellow.
Sporty Yellow's definitely provided a little bit more energy down that flank, that's for sure. Possession turned over. Barker has O'Brien to his right. Barker continues his run, lays off from McIntosh. Little clip forward. Joe O'Brien can't quite get on the end of it, and Keenan got there first.
He hasn't done much wrong today, David Keenan. Out quickly when he's needed to be. Distribution's been good. And one in particular, fantastic save. And a few others in the regulation category, but can't do much more in goals than he has this afternoon.
One of only two teams, of course, to inflict defeat on Kingsway all year long in the league. And looking close to repeating the feat in the final game of season 2022. Hodgkiss goes long, headed back by Koffler. Forward again. It goes from Bexkey. Finelli should get to the ball before Collins. Finelli plays the ball off Collins. It'll be a Kingsway quarter. Late chance.
Not over yet. Could we have the latest of late drama in a long weekend in the final minutes of the final game?
Not a lot of time left.
We will see how much when David Avison raises his board.
In comes the corner from Garner. One fist away from Brinkett. Not quite clear just yet. Byrne with the strike on the turn. Finelli looks wide. Garner still there. Clipped deep. Paler got a crucial head to it. Baird helped it on. Harrison got to it next. Play allowed to continue still. Clipped in by Sporty Yellow. Another punch away from Brinkett. Amphlett makes a yard. Closed down. Strike from Garner. Wide.
Oh, what a spell of possession. They must have had the ball in the box for a couple of dozen seconds.
And now Joe O'Brien will make way for Charlie Breen. And O'Brien, when he does come back around to the other side of the pitch, will get a very healthy reception, I'm sure.
Substitution, leaving the field of play, number 9, Joe O'Brien.
Generous, warm round of applause for their match winner today, or at least that's how it seems for now.
Yeah, warm reception for Joe O'Brien as his name was announced over the PA, and he'll get another one, as you mentioned, when he comes back around to this near side of the pitch, I'm sure. Cannot be long. And there will not be many more chances for Olympic Kingsway. They had a flurry just moments ago.
4 more minutes for Mandurah to hold on, or for Kingsway to find an equaliser and send this to extra time.
Second half, 4 minutes.
Yeah, I have to be honest. I think I was expecting a little bit more than 4 minutes. There's been a lot of breaks in the play.
Finelli's throw. Byrne slams it forward. That's going to roll to Brinker, and he's not going to be in any rush to pick this up at all.
Oh, I must admit, I was just
Now
watching.
Amplet will go into the book.
I was watching Joe O'Brien be embraced by the staff of Mandurah City, and then heard the roar of the crowd and looked up to see Alfie Brinkat on the deck. I missed the incident itself, but as you mentioned, Tommy, in the book.
Brinkat takes it short. Mandurah a few seconds off the clock. Hodgkiss sends it forward. Barker leaping. He won the flick as well. Hamish Van Deeken is sneaking in behind. David Keenan was clearing. Byrne then won the header. Garner ran onto it. Poked away by Paler. Reverse pass from Sampson. Didn't find Sportiello.
Last chance saloon now as one of the City coaching staff gets a head on that to put it over the fence to prevent the quick throw. Maybe one more chance.
McIntosh. Mandurah burst forward again. The energy from Rogers to his outside. Plays the cross into Koffler, who had a teammate supporting with him. Last touch was off Rogers. Kingsway throw. Byrne. All the way back for Cassidy. Switch of the play. Header upfield from Paler. Barker keeps it alive. Toes it up the line to Breen, who's got no support in the middle, so he'll have to go it alone. Takes on the strike early. And Keenan was happy to watch it wide.
Oh, you know my views on those moments, Tommy. Take that to the corner flag. Why give them one more launch down the field? You've just given away possession. You've got a 1-goal lead.
Kingsway pushing the final game of our marathon weekend, Sean. We're almost there. Mandurah are almost there. Harrison's reverse ball. Bexy's clearance. Cloughlin back to Cassidy. Breen was applying the pressure. Brinket's going to come out and gather this again. And I think we might see a repeat of what we saw a few moments ago.
Well, I've got the medals to present and the trophy to present, Tommy, so I'll leave you with these final moments, unless, of course, we do see that late Kingsway equaliser, but it has been a pleasure for the over 1,000 minutes that we've done together this afternoon. Couldn't ask to do it with a better co-commentator and a better bloke. Cheers, Tommy.
Loved every minute of it, mate. Catch up with you after the game. Sean's off to do his post-match presentation duties. All that remains is to see out the final couple of minutes of this one. Mandurah closing in. Cassidy gets it all the way back for Keenan. Got to go now for Kingsway if they do want to level. Byrne backs into Rogers, slammed away by Baird, who asks how long left. Keenan with a heavy touch. Barker steps in, takes the strike on early, arriving is Breed. It'll roll and roll wide of the post. Agonisingly so. Sent forward. It might not be promotion, it might not be the league title, but Mandurah get their magic moment to end the 2022 season and cap off a magnificent year for the club. The league's leading scorers only needed one this afternoon, and that was provided by Joe O'Brien. Who else? Their main man in season 2022, their top scorer, delivered once again. This one came early in the second half. Mandurah probably had the better of the chances on the balance of play. Kingsway came oh so close at the end when Daniel Harrison had a chance when put through by fellow substitute Giorgio Sportiella. But it's Mandurah's day, and we're going to go down to Sean Fry with the trophy presentation so shortly. Enjoy the sound that the Mandurah fans provide for the final few moments of this. It's been a bumper weekend. My thanks to all the camera crew. My thanks to Sean Fry, who's joined me for every game this weekend. Signing off after 11 games of Top 4 Cup final action. My name's Tommy Dolman. We'll see you in 2023, everybody. Good evening.
For joining us, another fantastic final, a great way to conclude our 11 Top 4 Cup matches. Please put your hands together for both sides, Mandurah City and Olympic Kingsway. It's my pleasure again to invite Football West Chairman Richard Marshall to assist me in the presentations. Starting with our refereeing team, on-field official Niall Gilmore, first assistant Adrian Lichty, second assistant Yatin Lodia, and fourth official David Avison. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a really tough job in front of a rowdy lot like you, so please put your hands together for our officials this evening. We'll now invite our runners-up to come forward and collect their medals, starting with number 1, David Kean. Number 4, Andrew Scaldaferro. Number 18, Nick Koffler. Number 14, Shane Cassidy. Number 10, Tyler Garner. Number 20, Raise Pandor. Number 8, Daniel Harrison. Number 17, Josh Sampson. Number 16, David Perrich. Number 12, James Finelli. Number 9, Kieran Byrne. Number 15, Kean Hirrell. Number 7, Ewan Fawcett. Number 13, Tommy Amphlett. Number 3, Michael Zimmerino. Number 1, Brendan Brassington. Number 6, Gio Sportiello. Well, they've had a fantastic season. A disappointing end, but please put your hands together for Olympic Kingsway. We'll now ask our winners after the coaching staff, sorry, of Olympic Kingsway, my mistake. Sorry, it's been a long weekend. I shouldn't have I'll now invite our winners to come forward and collect their medals, starting with the goalkeeper, Alfie Brancatz. Number 33, Dylan Wilson. Number 23, Silas Betsy. Number 11, James Paylor. Number 19, Alex Grayson. Number 4, Lyden Hotchkiss. Number 29, Harry Collins. Number 10, John Baird. Number 9, Craig Barker. Number 18, Hayes Van Deeken. Number 9, Joe O'Brien. Number 17, Reese Allen. Number 44, Murray McIntosh. Number 24, Zach Byrne. Number 31, Andrew Murray. Number 20, Charles Breen. Number 14, Dylan Rogers. And number 15, Sam Byrne. Can I please get the Mandurah City coaching staff to come forward and collect their medals? Could I now get the captain and coach forward to be presented with the trophy? Ladies and gentlemen, your Division 1 State League Top 4 champions, Mandurah City!
And I'm eating at the beat like it gave a little speed to a great white shark on shark beat. Gotta go hard, girl. This is goodbye. I got the world to see. My girl, she wanna see wrong. She's so make you a believer. And I never to the fourth row. And validation comes from giving their best to people. Now sing a song and it goes like, raise those hands, this is our party. We came here to live life like nobody was watching. I got my city right behind me. If I fall, they got me. Learn from that failure, be humility, and then we keep marching. And we go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. Feel like it was over, so we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. This is the moment. Tonight is the